This was the hardest interview in the world. The moment everyone received their test papers, they were all stunned because the test papers were blank. Although the woman was puzzled, she didn't ask any questions because before the test began, the examiner had announced 3 strict rules. They were not allowed to speak to the examiner or the security guards. They were not allowed to leave the room, and they were not allowed to soil or damage the test papers. If they broke any of these rules, they would be disqualified. Then the examiner asked if anyone wanted to withdraw, but no one spoke up. He immediately began the countdown and walked out of the room. They stared at the blank paper in front of them, not knowing how to answer the question. As time passed, Lisa couldn't take it anymore. She thought the boss had given them blank paper so they could write a professional report. So she picked up her pen and began to write. At that moment, a security guard approached her and escorted her out of the room. Lisa was disqualified simply for writing her name. Everyone had no choice but to put down their pens, too afraid to write on the paper. Just as they were agonizing over this problem, Mark suddenly realized that the examiner had given them only 3 rules. That meant as long as they didn't break the rules, they wouldn't be eliminated. After saying this, he stood up from his seat and began pumping his fist in the air. The guard didn't react. The rules only stated that they couldn't speak to the guard, but they didn't say they couldn't talk to each other. After seeing Mark's actions, everyone finally dared to speak up and began discussing why the exam paper was blank. Anna suddenly stood up. She guessed that the paper might be made of a chemical substance, and perhaps under certain conditions, the questions would appear on the paper. They all agreed that this made sense, so they held the exam papers up to the light. After testing it over and over again, nothing changed. Then Jack suddenly had an idea. Perhaps only a special kind of light could make the text appear. The woman noticed an emergency light on the wall. She immediately tested it. The next second, a blue light came on. They thought they would be able to see the questions, but after testing it, there was still nothing on the exam paper.